Hello, welcome fellow community people, and another TV repair. Well, hopefully a TV repair, you never know. One day it might just come unstuck and we do a job that, what is that? Oh, that's my microphone, sorry. Sorry if that was making a lot of noise, I was fiddling with my microphone. Yeah, some more astute regular followers may notice that, hang on a minute, it was only a couple of weeks ago that he was saying he's struggling to find time to make videos, and I think he's made one every night this week. Very true. But I'm not doing the other job anymore. Everyone was talking about, oh, have you seen the picture quality of an LCD? Have you seen, wow, oh, it's great, and it's much lighter than a plasma. Now, the picture quality is never going to be as good as a plasma. So I don't know who started that rumour. Did you start that rumour? Plasma picture qualities, high definition plasma picture qualities were wonderful. And just as they stopped them in 2016, or it may have been before that, 2015, they were making very slim, very nice, high definition plasmas, and then they pulled them. Again, energy reasons, and LED took over. This has got the CCFL tubes in the back. And this is from the era of bad capacitors. And I'm thinking the fault with this one is bad capacitors. As I said, I came round to the person's house to collect it, and she said that the red light comes on, and it doesn't always turn on, but if you... Oh, that crackled a bit. If you fiddle with it a bit, and you may notice we are actually getting a flashing LED, so that's probably going to come on first time. And it has. That has come on first time. So, let me just test my Samsung remote here. Switch it off. And we get the standby light. So let me switch it on again. So yes, now this may not be a capacitor job after all that. Come on, you almost did it then. Let's go to the switches at the side. Sorry that we're in darkness. I think I can switch some lights on. So, kind of indicates there's a touch sensitive switch there. There's the on off emblem, but there isn't. Let me just press that button in. No, it's stuck in standby. It could still be a capacitor issue, but it may be a main board issue. But I was playing with this today, and eventually I got it to come on. Well, look, we can guess, can't we? But we might as well take the back off this heavy beast, and let's see what sort of condition the capacitors are in for this. What is this going to be? 12 to 15 years old TV? It's going to be around that. And funnily enough, it was their pride and joy, and they were a bit shocked that it had failed after 13 years. She was saying she expected to get at least 20 years out of the TV. And funnily enough, there's probably a lot of people that think like that. We have been rather tuned into the fact that we're, especially if you watch this channel, we're seeing TVs fail under 2 years. But people of a certain age are expecting their TVs to last, well, I think 20 years is pushing it a bit. So I'm taking the stand off. I think if you expect your TV to last 20 years, I think that is a bit over the top. Even in the good old days. The good old days! Anyway. Let me just get these screws out and let's have a look. I can't remember what power board is in these and what main board, to be honest with you. Model is the LE37A456C2D. Has it got a date on it? No. Anywhere? Anything? No. They didn't always. Sometimes there was a clue in the serial number when it was made, but not always. Let's get the back off and we'll have a look. So many screws in these, and I think this was in the early days of Samsung trying to be a bit arty. They'd obviously got some sort of engineer who liked to do things slightly different. On this particular model, you can't take the stand off unless you take the back off first. So we have to take the back off, then the stand comes off. And one thing that I don't remember, and I'm... Here we go. One thing that I really don't remember is Samsung having silver screws. But they're the screws that were in the stand, and they are the usual Samsung screws, so they haven't been replaced. And I've got a funny feeling that the customer has had this TV since new, but the screws for the stand are silver. I've never noted that before, probably will never note it again. Okay, here's our wonderful little power board. It's not crawling with obvious bad capacitors. There is a bulged one there, so we could replace that and see if the TV starts switching on and off with the remote control. Funny how it came on straight away. Usually once the capacitor's warmed up and it's on, they tend to stay on until they go cold. So I'm still not convinced that it's a cap issue, but it may be. It may be. So I'm guessing that that's probably going to be a 1200 microfarad cap at what, 35 volts? I've got no idea. I'm playing silly guessing games with me. You can probably see it better than I can. But yes, I'm playing rather silly guessing games on this. So obviously now we unplug everything. Take the main board out. sorry, take the power supply board out, bearing in mind that we've had it on, and I will test for voltage in a moment for safety reasons. Ooh. Ooh. Here we go. Right. There is our power board. I'll be testing for voltages in a second. Right, here's our two caps. Main filter caps, and they've drained. There's nothing in them. So I'm just going to switch some lights on. Let's take this cap out, shall we? That will be the favourite thing to do, I think. The other favourite thing to do, always when working with soldering iron, is put some glasses on so I can see. Right, we're here. No, it's just a standard 1000 at 25 volts. I thought it may be a little higher. Thought I'd get out my little tranny tester, which does caps as well. Will tell us the ohms, and it will also let us know how many microfarads it's got left. So I'm just going to stick the cap in those two there. So you can see, you just stick it in there and then you press a little button here to switch it on. Oh no, that's off. You press the test button. Goes to prove how long it's been since I've used this. Right. Testing. Knows it's a cap, that's what the C's there for. Right, so a 1000 microfarad cap is 101 point, well, it's got 100 microfarads and going down. It is going down. And the ESR is that 3.5 or 3.8? Oh, 3.6, I was close. It's 3.6, which is very high. So that cap is definitely not healthy, and that does need to be replaced. So it's 1000 at 25. I've got to find one. You know, we don't do many cap jobs anymore. I'm sure I've got one. I may have to go a little bit higher, but we'll find one. Well, it took me a bit of time to find them, but I have got 1000 at 25. What we call new old stock. These are probably 15, 20 years old. God knows who makes them, probably Chad Valley, that's how old they are. Let's stick a cap in and give it a test and see what it says. This is one of the new ones, obviously. Oh, I'll have to switch some lights off so we can see. It's a cap. 902 microfarads, that's more like it. And an ESR of 0.5, is that? 0.6. Yes. Right. Well, we'll stick that one in and see if it changes anything. Well, if we manage to get the remote control to turn the TV on and off. It may have been just a little fluke that the TV came on straight away. We'll see. I mean, without looking at a diagram, you know, of the power supply, then I'm not too sure. But if that cap is on the 5-volt line, then it could just be this cap. It's a sign of a good television, isn't it? After 10 to 15 years of use. There's just one cap that's gone bad. Just one cap, man. Anyway, where did we take it from? It was around here somewhere. Seem to remember it being there. Here we go. Make sure we get the polarity right. Shaded area is the negative. Here we go. I'm not going to put on any extra flux just to do this. If I was recapping loads, I might. But not just for the one. Let's give it a little clean. That'll do. Let's put it back in the TV, which is standing up there. Look how tiny the screws are for the PSU. Okay, everything's back in. Let's plug it back in, stand it up. Well, I'm not going to put the back on because we may have to be doing other things. So Let's see if it goes bang. Well, it's come on in standby rather than coming on, so is it now going to turn on? And it is. Well, it's indicating that it is, and it has. So maybe that was it, just one lousy cap. Let's practice switching it off and on. So, off. And on. God, the backlights come on quick, didn't they? Off. And on. Okay, well, looks like it was just that cap then. It's a nice cheap fix for the old couple. I love how quickly the backlights come on. I'm going to try it one more time. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. The backlights come on the second I hit the remote control button, even before the command gets to the LED, the standby light. Incredible. Wow. Let's just press menu for settings. Oh, look at those beautiful old settings. Oh, they've got it on dynamic, look. They're brave. But let's face it, they've had it on dynamic for 13, 14, 15, 16 years, so hey, hey, hey. Switch it off one more time. Okay. I thought there might be a bit more to it than that. Thought we may have to go replacing some SMD caps on the main board, but no. Looks like we got there just in time. So that's it. It's a Samsung LCD. Do I still repair plasmas? Yes, I do. I think plasma TVs are well, I've got two behind here. I think they are great TVs. And there are certain models that are just fantastic to work on. Don't get to see that many these days, but I do like. Anyway, this is an original LCD with the CCFL tubes, not a plasma, but it's up and running again. I'm not going to put the back on until tomorrow. I'm going to keep testing it tonight while I'm editing, and tomorrow before I take it back to the customer, because that's the type of guy that I am. Lazy.